Hello and welcome to Gadget Guide USA. Thanks for watching my HD LCD Multimedia LED Mini Projector Home Cinema Theater System product review. Let's go ahead and dive right in. As you can see, I've already pulled everything out of the retail packaging. Pretty much all this stuff was stuffed into inside of a nice plastic sleeve, and that was actually wrapped in styrofoam, all stuffed inside this box. It seemed pretty safe. The box itself, it's pretty standard for a box. It gives you some, do this, watch movies, gives you some technical specifications, shows you some picture of the objects, and of course gives you kind of like a little diagram of what's going on and some of the features there. But overall, pretty generic box, not the greatest or anything, not that it matters. And everything you see here is what I found stuffed in the box. It came with the actual projector, a power supply, a remote control, batteries were not included, and this adapter cable, and what that is, that's an AV input, and it breaks it off to RCA. You essentially can plug that in here, so it can also accept RCA inputs. Actually pretty handy. Now let's go ahead and talk about the construction of the box itself. It seems pretty solid. It comes with a lens cap here to protect your lens. That's a little bit wobbly, but that moves in and out so you can adjust focus. It comes with lots of ports. That was one of the most impressive things about it. It reads lots of video files, so this could be a standalone unit. You don't necessarily have to plug in, say, a computer or a DVD player, a PC or anything like that. You can actually save movies directly to an SD card or directly to a USB stick and plug them right in, and this can be a standalone movie player. You're not going to get like awesome mind-blowing resolution out of it, but for the price I paid for this, it actually shows, it actually has a lot more functionality than I would expect. I also have a projector that costs light leagues more than this, around the $600 range, and although the $600 one produces a better image out of the, an actual better image, it doesn't even have all these options. I can't do all the input options. Pretty much my $700 projector has a VGA input, RCA inputs, and that's it. So actually, as far as the flexibility of this box, it has better flexibility than a $600 unit. But like I said, it does not deliver the quality as far as the projection. It's limited to 320 by 240, which is a pretty low resolution. So, I mean, it's not the greatest. It's not going to be great for high-definition movies and things like that. If you actually want to see an example of a high-definition movie, at the very end of this, there's actually a live demo where I think I played The Hobbit. It doesn't look that great. The sound is not great, but for the price I paid, it kind of, I think it did an excellent job. I tried out I played The Hobbit through the USB stick. I viewed pictures through the SD card. I attempted to watch a old DVD through RCA inputs. It looked fine. I didn't actually try the HDMI port, but I have no reason to believe it wouldn't work great. So as far as inputs, it does have a headphone jack, so if you don't want to play out the internal speaker, which isn't the greatest, but definitely did produce sound, you can plug in a set of headphones and get it that way. That's for the power plug, and it does need power to operate. VGA, so that you can actually run from a laptop or a PC directly into the projector, which would be handy for demonstrations. Say if you had a booth set up, this thing would be perfect for that. HDMI, like I said, the USB, the AVM, which also gives you RCA plugs, and then the SD card, plenty of options there. And it comes with a remote control as well. Like I said, batteries weren't included. I stuck some batteries in there. It has quite a few options. You have your menu. You can go through quite a few things. Your input. You can switch between USB, SD card, and all that. It has play and fast forward. So when you're actually watching movies using the USB port or the SD card, you can play, pause, fast forward. Pretty handy. It has its own volume control, and that will work not only for the internal speaker, but it'll also work if you have a set of headphones plugged in. So that can be handy. One of the downsides is the IR sensor for the remote control is right here, so you kind of have to be pointed at it. If you're right here trying to change it, it won't actually register with the remote control. You have to be within sight or line of sight with that infrared sensor. So a little bit of a downside. Let's go ahead and break out the instruction manual here. One side in Chinese, the other side in English. It's actually decently written. You'll be able to understand everything it says. If you follow the directions, you'll be able to make it through it. So it goes through the specifications, LCD, the actual native resolution, 320 by 240, not high, but then again, to get higher resolution, you're going to pay 4, 5, 10 times more than what you paid for this box. It was extremely a value choice. So if you're actually looking for, well, we'll get to that. The multimedia supported files, my mind was blown by how many different files it supports. The movies I was watching were all MP4s or AVIs. They all worked without a charm, so it works for WMA, which are Windows Media Files, MP3s for music, .m4a. For pictures, it'll read JPEGs, BMPs, and .pngs. It'll cover your MPEG 1, 2, and 4 movies. It will cover .rm or .rmvb, which I've never used. It even decodes .mkv, which is Matroska video files, or .mov, which if you're an Apple user you'd be familiar with, or of course AVIs or MP4s. I was really blown away with how many different video files it read. I just plugged them right into either the USB card or the SD card, and using the menu button, scrolling right to them, they worked right away. There wasn't any huge delay. So overall, I was really impressed with the flexibility of the box. So at the end of the day, this is definitely going to be a value choice. If you need a projector and you're going to be displaying simple images or setting up a booth or inside of a business, or you just want to do, call some attention to a specific object, this box is definitely for you. And especially if you're just looking for value in one of the cheaper boxes on the market, this was definitely a solid product. If you're looking to produce a gigantic screen that's going to blow your neighbor's mind because it's so huge and in such great resolution, this is probably not the box for you. The biggest I could get the image was about 82 inches, but it was a little bit blurry. I would probably recommend a maximum size of around 70 inches for good viewing, and you can go as small as 20 inches. So you do have quite a few options there. A really value choice. If you just want a cheap projector that's going to work and have a lot of flexibility, a lot of different inputs, then this is definitely the projector for you. This is some actual footage of a movie. I do admit that the resolution isn't quite great enough to watch, say, The Hobbit, a blockbuster feature, and enjoy really all the special effects. But it would work in a pinch as far as for watching a movie. The box does produce sound as well, so it's not too bad. I think it's more aimed along like a business presentation or things like that, especially to show color photos and things. It would do a great job for that. Movies, it will work, but probably not the best use of this projector. I do hope you enjoyed my product review today. Comments are always welcome at the bottom of the page. Subscriptions are always appreciated. Thank you. And if you have any specific questions, comments, or suggestions, please email me at GadgetGuideUSA@gmail.com. Thank you for your time.